Before you start the course, there are a couple of things that I get asked about quite a lot, and I thought I would cover them. They're more to do with the Udemy interface rather than the course themselves, but in order to get the best out of this and any other course you take on Udemy, there are a few important things you should be aware of. So let me just go in and have a look at one of the courses that I am subscribed to. And when you click on the course, you're taken to this screen. At the very top of this page, you can see the image for the course on the left, and you can see the title of the course at the top center. Underneath that, you've got a button. In my case, it says Continue to Lecture 16. The good thing about Udemy in their updated interface is that it remembers the last lecture you were on. So when you go back to a course, you can pick up where you left off, and you just simply click the button here and it will take you to the lecture you last were looking at when you left the course. Underneath that, we've got a progress bar that shows how many items we've completed in the course and how much further we've got to go before we complete the course. Under the page header, we've got various tabs, and we're on the Overview tab, but there's course content, Q&A, bookmarks, announcements, and then you've got some options for the course. On all of those tabs, we've also got a Rate This Course option over here. Let's go back to the overview for a moment though. First up, you can just leave a star rating, and star ratings are great for the instructor because the instructor knows how you're getting along and how you like the course, but they're also great for prospective students who come and have a look and see what other students think about the course. And you can score a course from a half of 1 star and then all the way up to 5 stars in half-star increments. While it's nice to get 5-star reviews and 4.5-star reviews on your courses, what's even better is if a student clicks the Rate This Course button and then leaves a star rating and some feedback on the course, what they liked, what they didn't like, or what you thought of the course in general. This is great information for the instructors to have because it's the only way they're going to improve their courses. If you enjoy a course, then I strongly suggest you go in, you click the Rate This Course button, leave a star rating, and then leave a comment. The comment can be aimed at the instructor or it can be aimed at future students who, by saying something like, this is a great course if you're into learning XYZ, and then submit your review. That helps everybody, students and instructors. Okay, on the Overview tab then, if we scroll down, we've got recent activity, we've got recent questions. These are questions that have been asked by students, and we've got recent instructor announcements. Quite often within courses there are updates or there are things that instructors want to bring to the attention of students, and we can do that through instructor announcements, and you'll find some here. And you can browse all the questions or browse all the announcements. And then further down on the overview, you've got more information about the course. So the number of lectures, how many hours it is, how many students, and so on. At the very bottom, you've also got more information about the instructor. In this case, this is the Udemy instructor team, and this is the official Udemy instructor account that has put this course together. Okay, so you're on the overview, you want to go and start the course, click on Course Content, and you can see here that we've got sections in the course. And these sections you can open up by clicking on them, and you can then see the lectures inside the sections. So section 1 in this case has 6 lectures. To select a lecture, all I need to do is click on it, and the lecture will then open and start to play. Let me just pause that for a moment. This particular lecture that you're seeing here, we've got a background and we've also got an in-video option here. If I play the video, I can actually select to enlarge that window or go back by clicking on the relevant window. But there's more information here as well. We're going to come back to this one in a minute. I just want to show you, if you come to a lecture and you decide you want to go back to the lecture list, you can click on this Go to Dashboard, and then you're taken back to the dashboard, and then you can select a different lecture. So let me just select a different one and pause it. Another thing I used to get asked a lot was about resources, because sometimes you'll hear in a video or a lecture that the instructor says there is a resource available for this lecture that you can download. If there are resources available, then you'll see this button up here in the top left, Resource Available. If you click on it, you can then see what resources are available for that lecture. In this case, we've got a link that points to an article about how does the review process work on Udemy. If I click through there, you can see it's gone to this particular web page. And we've got another resource here which has the download icon, Udemy Quality Checklist. And you can see there, clicking on that, I've now just downloaded a PDF file, which is another resource. We can close this screen with a little cross at the top, and we can carry on exploring this screen. First off, up in the right hand corner here, we've got a little eye, which if you click, it takes you to more instructions about the Udemy interface, the same sort of thing that I'm trying to cover in this lecture. So I recommend you click on that eye and go through that little set of tutorials there. But what I'm more interested here is this set of buttons and options down at the bottom. The first one here, you can see the reverse arrow 15 and then the matching forward arrow 15. That allows you to jump 15 seconds forward or 15 seconds backwards. If you're watching a video, you missed something and you want to go back to hear what you just heard, you could just quickly click on the -15 and you'll put it back there. Of course, you can also just go through the video by clicking on the progress bar, and that will take you to the relevant part in the video as well. One question I got asked very recently, in fact it was last week, was that they said my video was running very slowly, and whether it was a problem with my video or whether it was a Udemy problem. Well, chances are it wasn't either. It was probably that they had this speed option set to less than ×1. So you can see now she's running in slow motion. The option obviously for most people is to have it one time, but if you're trying to go through courses quickly, you can set it much faster and then get through the course a lot faster as well. I'm going to leave that at 1 for the moment. This next option down here, Browse Q&A, is really useful because if you're in a lecture, you can have a look and see what questions and answers have been asked about this particular lecture by clicking on that button. And you can see now there are 11 questions in this lecture, and you can open them up simply by clicking on them. Let's click on this, any Windows recording tool. There we have the question at the top, then we've got responses, and you can even mark them as helpful if you find an answer that is particularly helpful. You can go back or close this with a little arrow here, which will take you back to the questions, or if you want to close the section altogether, you can just click on that cross there. Another nice option in Udemy when you're watching a video is to add a bookmark. So let's say I'm watching this video and there's something very interesting happening round about here, and let me just pause the video, and I want to bookmark it. So what I can do is say add a bookmark, and then let's say I'm going to just put star rating because that's reflected in what you're seeing there. And then I can save my bookmark. And you can see that the video now has this bookmark marking on the progress bar. When you go back to the dashboard, you can see that one of the options you've got here, one of the tabs, is bookmarks. And what you can do is you can go through your bookmarks and select it. You can see we've got a bookmark here that I've given the title star rating. I can click on it and I'm taken to the lecture with the bookmark. It doesn't actually seem to jump to the bookmark, but you can easily spot the bookmark because of that bar, that vertical bar in the progress bar for the video. And when you finish with your bookmarks, you can just move your mouse over the bookmark and then click on the little trash can to delete it. Okay, moving along the bottom here, we've got a continue, and if I click on the continue, that will then go through to the next lecture. You can see the next lecture there is queuing up to start. And we've now got the next lecture showing there. Let me just continue to the next one. I want to go to one where there's a video so we can continue looking at the video controls. Okay, this is a video which I will pause as soon as it starts. Okay, we've paused that one. Right, along here we've got closed captions. On some videos you're going to have the option of closed captions, but not all of them because it takes a lot of extra work on the part of the instructor to add closed captions to a video. But if you have the option, you'll see the option is there. And then if we move into the video, you can see that the closed captions there are appearing as she's talking. Okay, so that's how you turn closed captions on and off if they're available. Another question I get asked quite a lot is about sound, saying the sound is very quiet. Well, there is a volume control here that you can set. Also, do make sure that you've got the setting on your computer as well, because you've got a volume control on the computer and then you've got volume control on individual videos. If your volume sounds very low on these videos, check your computer first, make sure your volume is turned up on there, and then check the volume on the Udemy video itself and make sure you turn that up. Another great option here is the quality, and you can switch between different resolutions. If the video is stopping and starting all the time, you can switch down to standard definition. If the video is playing fine but the resolution isn't quite good, it doesn't look sharp, then make sure you're running it on HD. Also on this particular menu you've got the option to download lecture. Again, that's not available on all courses. Some courses won't allow you to download them, and probably an increasing number don't allow downloads of videos because it just enables pirates to pirate courses and sell them or give them away, and that's not great for anybody. But if there is a download option, you'll find it there. There is also instructions here for keyboard shortcuts. If you're into keyboard shortcuts and you want to use keyboard shortcuts instead of a mouse, then you've got the keyboard shortcuts shown there as well. And finally on the screen we've got the full screen option, and this, by clicking it, will put your video full screen on your computer monitor. So that's a great option when you're sitting back and you're trying to absorb the content of a course. So those are the video playback options. Let's go back to the dashboard and have a look at those other tabs. We've already mentioned the Q&A because you can access the Q&A from within the video directly, but if you move on to the Q&A tab, you can then see all the questions and answers for a particular course, and you can even sort by relevancy or most popular. And you can also say that you only want to see questions that don't have a response, or see questions that I'm following. In my case, I'm not following any of those. To follow a particular question, you can open it and then just click on the follow responses button, and then you will be marked as following, and you can then check that and only see those questions you're really interested in seeing. If you have a new question, then you can type your question title in here, ask a new question, and that will be posted and the instructors will then see it. The bookmark tabs we've already seen as well. You can create bookmarks in the videos, and this is a quick way of getting back to them. And then the announcement tab as well. These are the announcements by the instructor, and these are shown in chronological order, so you see the latest one first. Okay, so we've got an announcement here, and then we've got comments by students on the course. A new announcement here, comments by students. So that's a very useful way of keeping up to date on what's going on with the course. And then finally over here we've got the options, and you can favorite a course or archive the course. If you finish a course and you don't want it taking up room inside the My Courses section, you can archive it and you're not going to be so bothered with that. I've got instructor profile because I'm an instructor. That's not probably going to be an option for you unless you are an instructor. Support, if you want to get support. If there's any problems with playback of videos or sound or video quality or anything, contact the support and let them know, and they will help you, because this is the Udemy platform and instructors have no control over things like video playback. Once their videos are approved, they should play back perfectly. If there's something you need to report, you can report it there, and you can also opt out of promotional emails and new announcement emails. It used to be that if you opted out of these, then you wouldn't receive emails from any instructor. I'm not sure whether that's still the case or whether this is on a course-by-course basis, but if you do turn these off and then you find you're not getting emails from anybody, then that's possibly why. And if it's a course you actually purchased, then you should have an option here for refunding as well. This course was free, therefore it cannot be refunded. So that's my introduction to the Udemy interface. If you want to see Udemy's own introduction to their interface, you can click on this I button and it should open up in a new window, and then you've got a number of little mini lectures there to help you through. Again, just one more reminder that if you do enjoy courses, please do consider rating them. The best option is to rate this course to actually give them verbal feedback, but even just a star rating can help give them an idea how they're doing. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoy your courses.